Greetings in love and kindness, family. I'm Karen Khadijah Davis-Foulks, the one and only Conscious Self-Healthcare educator and host of the Conscious Self-Healthcare Conversation radio show. Every Wednesday from 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Community, this is your time to share your wellness stories and how you move from disease care to conscious self-healthcare. I want to hear your story. We want to hear from you. Join the conversation each Wednesday. Call in and share how you shift out of chronic disease care stress. Right here on InnerLightRadio.com, the healing frequency. This is Dr. K, and I am looking forward to our conversation. So call in and share. Health is consciousness, and healing is a function of consciousness. Come on, family. It's time to rock the world with the new frontier of conscious self-healthcare, while I share my wellness story with you right here on InnerLightRadio.com, the healing frequency. I know y'all taking those deep breaths. You know what time it is. Self-care, self-love, self-respect. You got to honor yourself. Taking those deep breaths. In and out, in and out, in and out, in and out. You go with the beat. Get in the rhythm. Thank you for dancing with me today. Keep on playing that music. Taking those deep breaths. Yeah, I'm in a roll. Third week and I still need to keep deep breathing. Oh, how that breath makes you high. That's a natural high. Similar to that marijuana. Moving to that beat. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Conscious Conversation Healthcare Radio Show. You know, I'm your host, Karen Khadijah Davis-Foulks. Heart to Heart Healthy Living, 8/15/2018. You know, this is the opportunity for you to sit back with me and take those deep Kundalini breaths. We have to give more power, more speed to that lymphatic system, that purification system in the body, that breath that connects the external world with the internal world and with you as a energetic being and as a human being, that connection to nature and to you, your divine human self, that breath. So I know you took that breath through the week. I know you've been telling your girlfriends and telling your homies and sharing with your children to not just respond and react, but take a moment and take a breath and just think about how much power you're going to give to the situation that just occurred. How are you going to not keep it separate from the things in life that holds you back. You want to look at the things that's going on in the world, and you're going to let them not take over. And every time you get ready to respond to things that you really have no control over, you're going to take a deep breath and ask yourself, how are you going to let that affect you? And that's why, you hear me say to you all the time, tune into yourself. It's not about Heaven 1580 AM or Magic 102.3 FM or about the newspaper, the television, the stories that you hear. It's all about tuning into yourself. Remove yourself, get out of the way, stop the static, release your energy. It's time to tune into yourself. You don't want to become stagnated by the information that you're hearing. You don't want to block things in your body by the information that you're hearing. You want to tune into yourself. You want to challenge yourself, your greater self, to tune into Heaven 101. That's what I'm doing right now. That's what I do through the week. I just stop and be still because the power is within. I tune into myself. You got to tune into yourself. We listen to rock, pop, jazz, and blues. We listen to the poets. We listen to all kinds of music and conversations. But family, community, and friends, I know the words and some lyrics too. But have I listened to self, that inner wealth, that invisible soul of my soul? Have you listened to self, that inner wealth, that invisible soul of your soul? Because you got to thank the power that be, the universal frequency of life that vibrates through us all. Plant, animal, humans, we're all here together, sharing this beautiful, this wonderful world. As humans, we see through our culture, we see through our skin color, we go through many, many changes based on what's happening in the world. But if you want to live in peace and harmony, you got to tune into yourself. And you have to create that balance, because you are always safe when you tune into yourself. Never any uncertainties. The frequencies are always clear. Tune into Heaven 101. That channel in control. Tune into yourself. You are the channel that's in control. You have the thoughts, the words, the actions, the deeds that move this human body through this quagmire world that we are living in on planet Earth. And you have to take the time to tune into yourself, because you're always safe when you tune into yourself. Never any uncertainties. The frequencies are always clear. You are eternal, infinite, and whole. And you will go on forever, from expressions to expressions, and from experiences to experiences. And you cannot allow those experiences to make you become stagnated, to make you become angry and bitter and upset and frustrated. What a hell of a life to live being like that. You cannot give your power away like that. When you want to feel the beat, when you want to know the lyrics, you tune into the artist. You tune into this radio station, that news broadcast, that person over there. But how many of you really, really, honestly, and truly take the time to tune into yourself? And that's what I suggest that you do every day through the week, is find the time to stop, be still, and center yourself. And ask yourself, what am I giving my power to? Because I got to stop doing that. I got to stop allowing things in the world to get me frustrated and upset, and people's actions and attitudes and the way they're doing things, because it has a profound effect on you and your health. Are you taking those deep breaths? Are you imagining the Kundalini snake that goes up the back of the spine, that travels up the nervous system, that sends out vibration to every section, that's connected to every organ, that feeds that information into the body, that you're saying consciously, subconsciously, while you sleep? The energetic vibration. We have to become conscious. That's why this is Conscious Self-Healthcare. reminding you each and every day that not only the things you say, not only the things that you get involved in, but just your thoughts, the thoughts that you be thinking that you think have no effect on your life. They really do. You don't have to say the words out loud, because it's always imagination before anything. That's the true way that we speak in life. So thank you for tuning in. Know that you are sharing this radio broadcast with a friend. Thank you to the listening audience that listens to the replays that's put up not only on my website, but up on my YouTube channel. It's so important that we hear information to inspire, to uplift us, to live a conscious life, and not just get caught up in things that are happening in the world. 8/15/2018, make a choice. What choice do you need to make for yourself? What choice do you need to make for yourself? I challenge you to ask yourself that question through the week. And I trust you came up with an answer as to what choices that you needed to make for yourself. So sit back and take that deep, deep breath today. Take the time, like the poem, the title of my book, poetry book. It's about to be re-released. Tune into yourself through the magic of poetry. And that's the poetry that's in yourself. That's the poetry that's in your heart. That's the poetry that you vibrate out, that message that you want to deliver. Not only through the mechanism of your body, persona, but through the words that you say and speak. Because it's about self-care, and it's about self-love, and it's about self-respect. And like I shared with you each and every week, when you put self in front of any word, it changes the vibration of it totally. It puts you in power. It puts you more in tune with yourself and looking at yourself and asking yourself the needed questions. So on this radio show, I ask that you do just that. And I thank you for coming to dance with me, because the vibration of dancing changes everything in your body, the molecular structure. And that's why I say, my body is really going through the truth of what's going on with it. And I know that the medication is all out of my body from spending those 7 days in ICU, because now, as I say, I'm beginning to feel more and more with my body and how it's beginning to try to more and less correct itself from the things that's going on with it based on what medical call a hemorrhagic stroke. And I'm just thankful for the way that I had cared for my being when this stressful situation came about in my life that brought about this quickness of that fall I had in 2004 that did a lot to my brain as it built up the inflammation in it. And then once something happened, everything shifted, and that blood vessel decided that it needed to relieve itself. And so it was interesting the way that all happened. Like I say, I'm still excited through learning more about the body from what has occurred to me. And I'm telling you, finding people that is doing it this way. I haven't been able to find many people that's not sedated and using drugs and complaining every day. But I'm hoping that this message that I'm delivering to people will assist them in doing that. So I just want to say my lines will be open soon for you to share your wellness story, to be a blessing to someone as I share how I'm healing myself from a stroke, how I stopped myself from going down that rabbit hole of pharmaceuticals, because I just never believed in pharmaceuticals all my life, because for some reason throughout my life has always been some way they was trying to give me pharmaceuticals. And I just told my mom, I don't want to take none of that stuff. If I can't run track no more, then I won't run track no more. If I can't do this no more, then I won't do that no more. But I'm not taking no medication. And I'm thankful that I listened to the vibration in my being and didn't worry about any of that at a young age. So that's how I'm able to sustain myself right now, because these are the things that's always been inside of me. And so I get to utilize them things now, and I get to share it with other people. And so I'm only saying to you that you can become your own wellness doctor. The human body is not that complicated for you to try to understand and how to work with it, because it's governed by your thoughts. There are some rules for how the organs communicate and what we need to give the body nutrition and things like that. But for the most part, the body is functioning on you. So it's like, what are you thinking about and what are you going through? Your greatest enemy lives within you, as do your greatest access. Knowledge of self is everything. Know thyself. Because if you see an enemy outside, you got to find an enemy inside. And that's why I don't hold on to anything from anybody else, because that's giving your power away. Giving your power away to politics, to local people, to situations, to things you're seeing. It's not to be concerned, but it's not to get so involved in it that you can't see what you're doing to your own being. There is nothing in this world that can trouble you as much as your own thoughts. And that's all I'm saying to you. There is nothing in this world that can trouble you as much as your own thoughts. So why do you want to have thoughts like that? That's going to trouble you, that's going to keep you in a state, that's going to send those signals to your cells to perform a certain way. You don't want to be in a fight or flight state all the time. You got to keep your body in the wellness state. So you cannot be caught up so much that you are sending that vibration to your cells to perform a certain way. And that's truly what's going on with everybody. They want to put it on everything out there, but it really is all about you. So be a curator of your own mind and watch your genius soar. You know, like my mentor says, Reverend Ike, you can only get so far using the behind power. To get to the top, you need to use the mind power. You need to use the mind power. What are you saying to yourself, family? What are you letting get to you? You cannot do that. You got a dream. You got hopes. Things that you want to do. Don't let the world dictate to you how to be. You know what you need to do for yourself. Live your dreams now. Live your dreams now. Make that shift. Make that switch. Shock somebody. Oh, what? They quit their job. She's doing what now? He did what? He took the money and he did what? Yes. Step out of the norm. People think they know you. Live your heart. If you're not living your heart and you're not living the way you want to be, what's stopping you? Take those deep, deep breaths. You got to ignore the naysayers. So what if there are people who do not approve or don't understand? Sometimes it's okay to be positively selfish. And what is selfish? Self-love, self-care, self-respect, self-responsibility. Like I tell you, put self in front of all those words and you get selfish. Because it's all about you taking care of yourself first and foremost and honoring who you are for your own dreams. Start today, family. Start today. Do what you can with what you have, where you are. And I guarantee you, it's about loving yourself. Vibrations are going to come in. It's going to help you shift. It's going to help you move forward. This dream has been haunting you. It's in your face. It's in your body. It's in your vibration. It's what you want to do. You're tired of doing the standard stuff that they've been telling you that you have to do. You're tired of living in the same space. You want to do something different. You want to break away. But you're so concerned about everybody else. You got to change. You got to shift. It grabs you by your collar and says, express me. Express me. This is what I want to do. Only you can do it. Can you hear me? That inner child inside of you, that inner voice inside of you that's speaking to you saying, stop doing it that way. You know you don't want to do it that way. You owe it to yourself to live a life of no regrets. No regrets. I have no regrets about anything that I've ever done in my life. None. I remember my mother saying to my father when we were young, and they were getting ready to separate. My father said to my mother, "You're going to regret this." And my mother said, "I have no regrets in my life. I didn't regret marrying you. I didn't regret being with you, and I don't regret leaving you. There's no regrets here, because we always going to be friends." And that's what they were, friends until the end. So have no regrets. Live your life like you want to live. Stop living for other people and other people's decisions and what they want. Don't look to others to make the decisions to go forward. Look to yourself. You don't need nobody to tell you what to do in your life, how to do in your life. Trust who you are in yourself. Give yourself permission to go forth, to go forward. It's your life, it's your dreams, and it's your time. I needed to say that. I was really saying that to myself. I vibrated to myself, and I vibrated out to you for those that were sitting back thinking that I can't do this because of this person. I can't do that because of this is what's going on. I can't do any of that. I want to tell you, you want to take the time and you want to think about yourself. And I want to say to you, the song that's getting ready to come up, the commercial tells you about the services that I offer you, how you can support yourself with Conscious Self-Healthcare, with quantum health and healing, using some of the state-of-the-art devices that you can learn and really see what's going on with your body from the energetic level down to the physical level. See what's going on with every organ in your body, with every system in your body, and what system is most dominated, that parasympathetic system or the other system. But Prince has been hanging around me. You know, Prince Nelson Rogers, or Prince Rogers Nelson, I always get his name. And he was saying, "You always get my name already mixed up. I'm hearing him right now." But he's been hanging around me a great deal because I'm doing some work. I'm creating a whole new curriculum around healthcare and a lot of other things combined together. And he said, "Well, you know, I came to you and I sent you this message, and you said that you was going to create this curriculum around the 4 D's and the P: death, dying, disease, deception, and pain." And I said, "You're right, Prince. I got that message when you said it to me. I even put it out to the world and said you stopped by me on your ascension and you asked out in the universe, and I picked up on that vibration." So I'm working on that program as a part of the other curriculums that I'm doing right now, a whole new set of programs I'm getting ready to come out with. Because when you go through challenging things, you end up creating things if you're in that arena to support other people. So that one segment from Prince, death, dying, disease, deception, and pain, I told him I can have a whole book on each one of those words. But I am putting together a curriculum to help people see and understand and not be afraid of death, not be afraid of dying, and definitely to emancipate yourself from medical mental slavery, let go of that disease thinking, because we got to understand what the deception is and what are we doing to ourselves as that deception, and what is pain. How do we eliminate pain? Simply one word: oxygenated body. You cannot have pain in an oxygenated body. I'm going through what I'm going through with this hemorrhagic stroke, but I don't have pain because I have oxygen in my body. And that was one of the first things I did, was build up the oxygen within my body. The body is still going through what it's going through, but there is no pain. And I'm grateful and I'm thankful that I don't have pain, because a lot of people that's going through what I'm going through, they have pain. And that's why I'm here to help them relearn, rethink, and rewrite their very own prescription plan for better health care by tuning into themselves. And so this song from Prince, you know, I swear to the life forces that this song was released from his what do you call it? His volume of music that never came out. And right after his ascension, all of a sudden this song came out and came around me. And next thing I knew, they was taking it off the internet. They were taking it down. But I had downloaded it because it was like he was telling me to go out there now. Right now, you're going to see something out there, and you're going to see this song, and it's very powerful. The message that he talks about in this song that you're going to hear right now. And it's pretty long. It's about 10 minutes, and I need this break. And that's why I've talked for the first 30 minutes, to let you know that I love you. You have to love yourself. You have to honor yourself. You have to respect yourself. And you have to tune into yourself, because you and the universe are one. The universe is the whole frequency of life. The world, as we see it, we're all one. How are we going to handle things for ourselves? And what about the tree of life, the tree of love? Prince, this is a powerful message. So sit back, Take those deep breaths. Listen and ask yourself the appropriate questions. Ask yourself those questions. And take those deep breaths while I relax, because my body is definitely vibrating. At a high vibration today. Yes, it is. And I'll come back and share with you after this song and message why I'm in such a high vibration.
1999, and the illusion continues. One begs to ask, when will it end? Unnatural disasters happen seemingly every week. Train crashes, shootings, nuclear accidents. Is there any place of refuge one can flee from this insanity? Very few of mankind's creations are designed to make you feel good, unless you get pleasure from seeing the human body desecrated by guns, explosions, fights, and any other things these so-called artists create. In the name of freedom, many have used art as a means to destroy the human mind. As an excuse to continue, we hear, art reflects society. How many times has this lie been repeated? Creations are not real, they say, and yet any one of these people can call to mind images and complete scenes of horror in graphic detail. They will carry these so-called unreal creations around with them for the rest of their lives. These images are now a part of their being. In the name of recreation, these people in fact are recreating themselves and their own images. Society then reflects art. In man's decision to further separate from God, his recreation of himself leaves him in a dysfunctional state of confusion. The mind becomes a burial ground for dead waste. Isolated from the wholeness of God, earth, and his fellow brothers and sisters, this man seeks solace in activities he thinks will stimulate his mind. He then begins downloading into his brain a series of man-made creations designed to destroy it. All man-made creations originate from one of two sources, the tree of knowledge or the tree of life. One of these trees contains deadly fruit, the other, fruit of everlasting life. The one who disregards this fact recreates himself and his kind into extinction. You are reading these words on a machine created by man. As you read, you hear a voice speaking to you the words that you perceive. They make sense to you because you understand. Stand under the spelling. The words are what binds the spell to your illusion. When you hear the truth, like a memory, you recognize it, and this recognition releases you from all illusion. Many languages are brilliant in their attempt to confuse you. Con meaning against, fuse meaning together. Words in their spell-binding illusions have the power to keep man separate from God. You were born in an all-knowing state of mind. The first words spoken to you begin the spell. The words come from one of two sources, the tree of knowledge or the tree of life. In ignorance or simply lack of respect for God, many use words that confuse the minds of humans and turn them into projections of their own illusions. Because of this fact, many people grow up and blindly assume their pre-selected role under a dictatorship without even being aware of it. When asked what they are doing here on earth, most will answer with statements that do not reflect their natural God-given desires. This creates a pyramid-like structure with the dictator on top and each level under it knowing less and less. Upon reaching the bottom level, which is where the majority is, you will find chaos, disorder, and illusion. With ill as its prefix, illusion is a state of insanity. In the name of democracy, supreme power is vested unto the people in this insane state instead of God. A future recreated to be ruled by man is one of isolation and despair. Returning the leadership back into God will allow mankind to achieve its original collective goal, which is union with God. Ideas contrary to this goal should not be blamed or persecuted, just simply ignored. They originated when man first chose to ignore God's rule. Simply put, in the beginning the human was made perfect in God's image. They had no need for knowledge. They were also given freedom of choice. The tree of knowledge and the tree of life are reflections of this freedom. The human is now a reflection of their choice. They could have simply chose not to choose. God being centrifugal in nature, freedom was the cause, and choice was the effect. In knowing their perfection made in God's image, there was no need to choose. In fact, there were no needs. There was only love in an all-knowing state before the fall. The worst thing you can do is give up your God-given right to choose. For in it, you can choose not to choose. Therein is the final judgment. The illusion ceases, and you awaken from your dream. Now the healing begins. With an all-knowing mind made in God's image, you can create as your creator, God intended. With love, honor, and respect for every living thing in the universe. Separation ceases, and we all become one being, singing the one song.
I am the universe, the sun, the moon, and sea. I am energy, that is what I believe. I can be contradiction, that is all I see. But I am the universe, and the universe is me. I am the one song, oh yes, that one song is free. All things come from this one song, the garden and the tree. Everything is present, what is will always be. This is the first and the last song, and all that come between. When language falls like a wounded soldier, and it's covered by the sea. All the sadness, all these unanswered questions keep me company. Company, company, come to me, come to me. Here at the center of it all, I know that your call will come from me. I am you. Yes, it will. Oh, yes, it will. Where else is it gonna come from? I am you. Oh, my universe. I am you. One truth, one song, one energy.
Nervous?
Tiny bit.
That's good. Keeps you on the edge.
Is it time for a new approach to your health care? Are you ready to leave the dark ages of disease care management and pharmaceuticals? If your answer is yes, get ready to relearn, rethink, and rewrite your personal health care prescription plan with Dr. K. She is a certified lymphologist and Nest healthcare provider, sharing the new science of information as medicine and cellular ecology. Did you know that the field of epigenetics states that you are more than just your genes, and those genes do not control your biology? Yes, that's correct. Schedule a Skype, phone, or office visit with Dr. K and get on board the Friendship Train to Healthcare Freedom. 202-248-7749. That's 202-248-7749. Visit us on the web, forselllife.com. The number 4, the words sell, CELLLIFE.com. Are you ready to get on board the Friendship Train to Healthcare Freedom? Are you ready to get on board to the Friendship Train to Healthcare Freedom? Are you ready to get on board to the Friendship Train to Healthcare Freedom? We're talking about conscious self-healthcare, learning about your body, learning cellular ecology, understanding the prime variables that I have been sharing with you. And it's all about the face, F-A-C-E, the prime variables of the lymphatic system and the purification system of your body. I love that song from Prince. It's a powerful message in that song. It's all about the I am that I am. If you listen to it, you understand what I'm saying when I say that. The one song, you were born in an all-knowing state of mind. Come on, say it with me. I was born in an all-knowing state of mind. There is nothing that I have to be educated about. There's nothing that I have to learn. All knowledge is already self-knowledge by knowing thyself. You were born in an all-knowing state of mind. Reflection of your choices. Your choices in life, the life you're living now, is a reflection of your choices. My life is a reflection of my choices. I love the life I'm living. No, I'm not in my own home. No, I'm not in my own environment. But I'm happy in the environment that I am. I see it as my own home. I'm welcome into this home as my own home. I'm looking forward to being in my own home. That's the vision that I see. That's the focus that I have, because no one for no period of extended time can block your good. You got to not focus on what's going on and focus on that you want. So sometimes we may need to pull out that map, unwrinkle it, and straighten it out. A mental adjustment period. A sit back and look and think about it. And life bring you those choices for you to see that. Yesterday, August the 14th, 2018 was a powerful vibration day in my life. And that's where I'm at. And things come to me and people come to me and they talk to me and they speak to me all the time. Some people I know, some people I don't know. Sometimes with the vibration that I have and the way that my being is, I don't even know if the person is alive or if the person is dead. Because I hear the energy, I hear the cells, I hear the vibration. And it's only by when they identify themselves by name that I know if they're here or they're not here. Because I hear energy. It speaks all the time. I'm hearing people's energy right now just by being on this call, just by sharing this information. I'm hearing vibrations out there and I'm feeling them as I'm going through it. And that's why I say I love coming on this show, and y'all would never know how I was truly feeling. I felt like that Goodyear blimp. My body felt like it was so expanded on this side, but every time I come on this show and I share, things shift in my body. So yesterday I celebrated the vibration of life as my daughter that I felt inside me decided that she would not come to planet Earth. However, she would be the strongest link in my life to build up upon my brother's Kevin message to me of my divine divinity. When I was only 10 years old, he made it clear to me who I was and what I was doing. He came to this world. He was born with water on the brain, and I saw his hair swell up, and I understand what happened to my brain and the swelling of the water in the fluid. So a lot of things are connected. This would be the day that my mother would start her ascension to leave planet Earth in 2014. This vortex has been around my life based on my mother and my decisions. And my daughter, Shandora, would be the strong force for me on her Earth Day, August the 14th. And the day my mother, Shirley Davis Hardy, went into the hospital to show me the power that I have of self-care, self-love, self-respect. Family, community, and friends and listeners, trust me. Energy speaks energetically to you, and we are energetic beings before we are human beings. So tune into yourself. Well, listen to that power that within you. I rise today to the greatest heights of the laws of vibrational energy, and so do you. Say it to yourself. I rise today to the greatest heights of the laws of vibrational energy. That's love. Loving yourself. Self-love, self-care, self-respect. And yes, I love everyone in a divine way, not a human way. Because if that was the case with the shit that was done in my life and the shit that people was doing, I would hate the world. But I don't. People do and be who they are based on how they feel about themselves. Whether they're bringing good to you, hurt to you, harm to you, stagnation to you, it's the same thing that happens in the body. And that's why the power lies in the lymphatic system. So my beloved daughter, Shandora Nasheen Berry, born August the 14th, 1980. Your soul is beautiful and loving, and you wrapped your arms around your grandmother on this day. My mother, your grandmother, Shirley Hardy. You shared with me the invisible made visible when you energetically told me that Grandma is on her way here. She is on her way to pure energy, and we got you both. What you getting ready to go through, the energetic vibration of life, we got you. You stay tuned into yourself, because we're going to help you make it through these next 3 years of your life. And I thank the energetic vibration because they did just that. How true that energy vibration was. And I am most thankful and grateful to the knowledge that energy speaks just as loud as the words you hear from your mouth. So thank you, Mother, for showing me how to transform in transitioning like a beautiful butterfly. You know that butterfly I shared with y'all last week and week before last? Did you go back and listen to that show and learn about the power of the butterfly and how it relates to the lymphatic system and how you have to be in your body to maintain that equilibrium, that balance, that homeostasis and allostasis state? You got to understand the lymphatic system. So I invite you, just type in Karen Davis-Foulks, F-O-U-L-K-S. Everything about me will come up on the wonderful internet. Karen Davis-Foulks, Khadijah Davis-Foulks, Khadijah Abdul Malik. Those are my names. When you see information out there, check them out. Go to my website. Be a part of the groups. Begin to get ready to share your information with the world, how you're caring for yourself, how people can care for themselves. I am because you love me enough to give me life. My mother gave me life. When I was born into this world, they told her I wouldn't be here long. She had to make some decisions. My mother said my child would stay here and she would make it through this storm or whatever y'all telling me about her. And so I have 61 years and I'm still here and I'm still moving strong. And I'm grateful to my parents, Shirley and Charles Davis. I honor my mother with the Senior Biology Award of the Year during Emancipate Yourself from Medical Mental Slavery Day, which is April 30th of every year. April is Conscious Self-Healthcare and Lymphatic Cell Wellness Month. It's an opportunity to not talk about sickness, but how to get the body well. Things we are doing to maintain health within our body. And when we have these cellular malfunctions, what do we do to correct them? Do we panic? Do we go into a major panic state and we run back to Western medicine when we know that they don't have the options for us, the opportunity for us? Or they can keep us in that limbo state. But do you want to stay in that limbo state? Do you want to get well? So I say straight up, pharmaceuticals never make you well. Pharmaceuticals is a slow process of breaking your body down, or it can be a fast process and shut your body down. The same way our consciousness would do the same thing. So the operating energy in my life is self-care, self-love, self-respect, the laws of a vibrational energy. The hearts you see, around you, your heart, the palpitation of your heart tells you who you truly are and what's truly going on. And you need to listen to the vibration of your heart, not get so caught up. And so I share with you each and every day, deactivate your enslavement mentality. Deactivate yours. I'm not a slave. I don't have no slave mentality. I'm not letting anything get to me. Sit back, be still, and listen. And ask yourself, is that the truth of what you think? Is that what you really living, what you really doing? What are you giving power to? I want to take this opportunity to thank the brothers in Chicago that followed that truck around, that they were planting in every area of a black community with Nike shoes on it and this other person's shoes on it, trying to entrap young black people to arrest them, talking about a sting, and they wasn't going to arrest them, and the brothers was on it. We're talking about loving your community, loving yourself enough to stand up and to see what's going on. They were looking out for the black community and our young brothers and sisters. One love, one community, locally, national, international, and globally. That's what the hashtag is all about. Black People's Comedic Boycott Ham. Look it up. Black People's Comedic Boycott Ham. Anything and everything that you know that's good, that's uplifting, anything that you see that's injustice, put that hashtag to it. Let us be aware of it. Let us know where all the black stores are, where the black businesses are. Let us begin to support a unification of black people moving forward. I don't like the word black, but your skin is black, like the word black. Call and be whatever you want to be, but your skin is black, and that's why we say black. It's time for blackness to shine, and we can do this, and we can make this shift no matter where we are in the world. So we got to wake up. And we got to honor ourselves, and we got to be truthful to ourselves. And so I honor them brothers for following that truck and catching those police officers trying to entrap people. And now that whoever was doing it, a train station or whatever it was, they want to apologize. Your apology is not accepted. You tried to entrap people, and they're doing that in every city. And that's why community, a unity of one. We need to stop all this separation within the black community, and we have to work together globally and watch how things shift when we start doing that. And that's what we need to do, family. We got to take the time, and we have to do that. We have to honor ourselves, and only we can do that. Only we can do that. So there is nothing in this world that can trouble you as much as your own thoughts. So what are you thinking? And what are you saying to yourself every day? And who are you giving your power to? Is it time for you to step back and relearn and rethink and rewrite your very own prescription plan for better health care? Is it time for you to take that nap, mental adjustment, period? Reflection. Taking that moment to breathe before you speak, before you act. Looking at how you really care for your human being, for your body. We have to take the time and do that and to work with our youth. And that's why I love the fact that I'm working with Blackness, Inc., the nonprofit. Our whole goal is Conscious Self-Healthcare M.O.V.E.S. Mental observation view is essential for self-success. And we do that through the game of chess and the curriculum that's around the game of chess. Those 7 principles that we instill and support our youth with so that they can become strong in the community and create that generation that we need right now to make this change. So they're running scared because they know the shift is on. They know that the moon has brought in the biggest vibration of the change in life, and all things are being revealed, and everything is being open, and everybody is going this way and going that way. When simply family, community, and friends, it's time to be still and think about yourself. And we must work together. The family, black man, black woman, and the children. We have to look at ourselves as adults, our children. We have to look at ourselves as the elders. Elders we got to support, and we have to remember some of our elders are astray, and we might have to be the guiding light for them to get them back on track. But it's all about respecting one another and loving one another and supporting one another, and stop turning on each other. Stop thinking that dollar over there is going to last you longer than a good relationship with your community. Because when you have a relationship with your community, you really have a relationship with yourself, because you are projecting yourself out to that community. And that's what it's all about. And so I'm saying the black man and the black woman got to work together. And Jamal, I want to hear that song. I think I sent it to you about a young lady, and she's doing one of James Brown's songs. I hope it don't carry us out, but is that ready? Can you put on that song by Louisa? Something is telling me to listen to that song right now. Do we have that ready? Time go by so fast. See, we up on the hour. Can you bring that song up so that we can hear that song? Because the queens and kings got to respect one another. And we know the power of the woman, the matriarchic queen, and what it brings to this world. So I guess Jamal have to get it together, or he can't find it, or it's not available. Because I don't know why I'm not seeing any messages on my screen. So it's mighty quiet. We're coming up on the hour. I did want to hear that song. I don't know what happened to the programmer, but you have.
This is a man's world. This is a man's world. But it will be nothing, nothing, yeah, without a woman or a girl. You see, man made the car to take us over the road. Man made the train, oh, to carry the heavy load. Man made electricity to keep us out of the dark. Man made the boat for the water, and now I made the ark. This is a man's world, and it won't be nothing, nothing without a woman or a girl. He's lost in the wilderness. He's lost in the bitterness. He's lost. This is a man's world, and it won't mean nothing, nothing. Without a woman or a girl.
We're talking about that balance between a man and a woman. It's a matriarchic world. It should be. And it should be balanced. It's a balanced world. And we have to work together, kings and queens. We have to work together for the unification of our family. Our personal family, our community family, our national family, our global family. We have to come together and we have to support each other. We have to be in an alignment. We got to stop forcing things. We got to stop trying to correct other people's errors. And all we have to do is live our truth. And this is our time. This moon that has just shifted in, this is our time to come together as one, like those brothers did in Chicago. They started doing their neighborhoods. And just like Dr. Umar Johnson said, I believe what he said, because he said, we're going to find out that it was the cops and them doing a lot of this killing in Chicago and all around. When they want an area, they want to take it back, they want to do some things. The first people they set up is black people. But when we stand united like them brothers did in Chicago, be on the lookout and be on the alert, things like that can't happen. And they're going to have to make a change because we're going to stand strong and mighty. And I'm going to tell you something. People might get a little bit upset, but it ain't got to be done through the vote. When the people stand together and the people work together and the people create their own network, their own infrastructure, things will change automatically. The same way when you create that infrastructure for yourself, things will change. So we ain't got to force life. And ain't got to be no forcing in this, no forceful actions in this. We work in harmony and peace and love because we know who we are. So stop trying to force life. Let go and let God, and God is you. You are God. You are the creator of your life. That's what they talking about when they say know thyself. So don't get caught up on names and things like that. Stop trying to force life. Let go and let God. Meditate on God's words. Establish your heart on Him. We got to root up your fears. That false education, accept it as reality. Follow the spirit of life. That spirit is inside of you. You know who you are. You know what's going on. Let's put all that other stuff down. Put out all the stuff behind us. We need to unite. And I'm talking about the black community. We need to unite like them brothers did in Chicago, like the people are doing all the way around the world, and we need to do the knees here of these United States of America. We need to do it while we still the majority. We need to do it. We need to come together. We need to help make this change, and we need to uplift. And that's why I say walk on His direction, trusting in the universal laws of life. You know the universal laws of life. You know all 44 of them, all 42 of them, and some more. So we know what to do. His laws are done. They're perfect, whole, and complete. His work is finished. It is up to you, not anybody else. Renew your minds. Stop forcing life. Let go. And come on, family. Let's get a move on. Let's make a shift. Let it be known now. You see, you were granted the right to a good life. You don't have to earn the right. It's yours. You inherited it. It's a part of you. Get rid of the illusion out there, because like the title of my show was, what's your illusion? What's your reality? My reality is I know what I'm creating. And I know when somebody puts shit in my way and try to make me think something else, it don't happen. You can't control me. You can't make me act a certain way. You can't get me so upset that I turn against myself. I don't give that power to anybody. And that's what we got to stop doing, this reaction stuff. We got to think smart, like those brothers did in Chicago. What they did, it needs to be replicated. So I say to you, remember that hashtag, Black People's Comedic Boycott Ham. Is going to change things. We got to let people know what's going on and the changes that we are making and what we're doing united. United as one, a community, neighborhoods, not a hood, neighborhoods. I grew up in a neighborhood, and that's what I want to help establish where I live at currently in Washington, D.C. right now, because Karen is getting ready to travel, because I'm free to do that now. My mother never let her family travel together. She always felt that somebody needed to stay home, somebody needed to be there in case something happened. So by me being the last living child, I get to travel now. I get to go and do anything I want to do. I have no other responsibilities but to myself. And I'm coming up on that time. And that's why my health is changing. And I'm moving forward because I can walk, I can move, I can carry, I can even run because I've started running. I'm getting ready to hire me a personal trainer. And I'm going to give my body the proper signals. And I'm going to change those neurons. And my body's going to stop getting into this balloon state. And everything is going to be beautiful because why? I said so. I am the creator and you are the creator. Come on, family. Let's unite. It's time to create together the world that we're supposed to see. So take those deep breaths through the week. Remember to tune into yourself. Think about what you're saying. Stop giving your power to people and family, community, friends. Stop doing the same thing the same way, saying the same things because somebody watching you. And somebody's setting you up for you to say, ain't nothing changed in my life. Everything's going this way. And somebody just very well may be trying to hold you back like they tried to do me. But time is up. Checkmate. Because the most revolutionary thing you can do in these times is stop being a pawn in someone else's game. Think for yourself. And most often that is called a living out of the box of the man-made mindset of human consciousness. I'm Karen Khadijah Davis-Foulks, the one and only Conscious Self-Healthcare Educator. Thank you for tuning in and sharing the broadcast with the Theron. Wow, family, that was a great show. I want to thank you so very much for tuning in to the Conscious Self-Healthcare Conversation Radio Show right here on NLI Radio. It was a pleasure having you tuning in. Now, you must tell a friend to tune in. And if you haven't called in and shared your wellness story, don't you think it's time that you help somebody with your wellness story? Call in, share your story, join the conversation. I'm Karen Khadijah Davis-Foulks, and I invite you to visit my website, ConsciousSelfCare.com. Or you can just go to the number 4, the word CELLLIFE.com. Leave me some information. I would love to talk with you. And once again, I look forward to you joining us next Wednesday right here on the Conscious Self-Healthcare Radio Show. It's a conversation where we uplift each other, where we share our wellness stories so we can help someone move from disease care to conscious self-healthcare. Thank you for tuning in. I look forward to hearing from you next Wednesday.